In this podcast, I'd like to show you how you can create your own grading schema or grading scale in Blackboard and then use it in the Grade Center. So I am in Blackboard and I'm going to go into my test course. And inside of my test course, I'm going to scroll down, and on the left-hand side in the control panel, I can see that Grade Center is expanded. If it's not, go ahead and click Grade Center to expand that menu, and then choose Full Grade Center. Once Full Grade Center has loaded, hover your mouse cursor over the Manage button, and then select Grading Schemas. We're going to create a grading schema from scratch. Now, Blackboard calls this a grading schema because not all grading schemas are scales, although those are the most popular kind. We're actually going to use, in this podcast demonstration, a grading scale. But I'm going to click on the Grading Schema, Create Grading Schema button. It's required to give our schema a name, so I'm going to call this a standard letter, or you might say standard letter scale. Under the description, which is an optional field, you can type a little something about this. As we scroll down to number 2 under schema mapping, this is where we're going to insert our scale. Now I'm going to use a grading scale that is basically a 92, 82, 72, 60 grading scale. So I need to insert some rows into this table. I need to insert 3 rows. So I'm just clicking the Insert New Row arrow button along the bottom right corner of this table. And I click that 3 times, and for each time I click that, it enters a new row. Now the default is to fill in the grades scored between field with 50% to 100. But as I mentioned, I'm going to use one that is 92, 82, 72, 60. So in the first box here, I'm going to type 92. So anything that is between a 92% and a 100% is going to get an A. In the second box, I'm going to say between an 82%, but less than 92% is going to be a B. Anything that is between a 72% and is less than an 82% will be a C. Anything that is between a 60 and a 72% will be a D. And anything, and this one's already here, but anything between a 0% and that is less than a 60% is going to be an F. Now, at this point, we're only half done with our schema mapping. On the right side of this table, you'll see grades manually entered as, and then you'll see the letters A, B, C, D, F. Will calculate as needs to be changed a little bit here. What this does is it allows you in the Full Grade Center to type in an A, a B, C, D, or F as a person's grade if you're using this schema on an assignment, and it will automatically calculate that letter grade as a certain percentage. Now, what I recommend is that for an A, it's going to be somewhere between a 92 and a 100, so let's say a 95. So if you type in an A, the letter A in as a grade in the Full Grade Center, Blackboard will consider that to be a 95%. For a B, I'm going to type in 85. For C, a 75. For D, a 65. And an F I'm going to leave as a 25%. So now I have created a grading schema. I'm going to double check everything here. I've given it a name. I've given it a brief description. I've got my 92, 82, 72, 60, and then 0 to 60 is going to be an F. I've put in the corresponding letter grades I'd like that to be. And then for each of these letter grades, if I were to put in an A, B, C, D, or F as the letter grade in Full Grade Center, I put in the calculations of what percentages I want Blackboard to treat those as. Now I'm going to click Submit. And you can see in the Grading Schemas area that we have successfully created the grading schema. And you can see it listed here as standard letter scale. So now I'm going to click the OK button in the bottom right corner. That takes me back to the full grade center.